So today I'm hopping on here in a way that I don't ever normally do, which is by myself and to talk about something that's kind of vulnerable, to be honest with you. But I feel like, I am inspired to do this right now because so often we look at something from the outside and we see the highlight reel, we see all the YouTube videos, we see the sparkling perfect social media, the curated edited photos, whatever it might be, and we look at someone's life and we say, wow, this is so perfect. And this isn't a video about how my life isn't perfect. Clearly I'm post gym. I've got bags under my eyes, my hair's a mess, and I'm wearing just like comfy clothes because it's really hot outside. And so I'm not putting a bunch of effort into this. You're seeing the really raw side of things right now. And I want to say that even though things on the outside look perfect in business, especially, you see one thing. You see that curated, perfectly put together thing that we want you to see. And it doesn't mean that things don't sometimes look like that, but there's this behind the scenes part that people don't get to see. They don't, we don't post about it, we don't talk about it. And I've decided I'm going to talk about it today because I want people to know that this is part of being a business owner. This is part of being an entrepreneur. This is one of those things that we all have to grapple with at some point in our careers and in our life. So this past month, to be honest with you, has been one of the most trying months that I've had in a long time. And it's not because we're not fortunate and we're not like super thrilled about this new office. I mean, the old office, we were on top of each other. There was no room. It was packed to the ceiling with things for our clients and fabric and leather and this and that. I mean, it was crazy. And, that came to an end. We had 2 weeks where all the stuff had to live in my garage because there was nowhere to go. And then finally, things started moving along and here we are. And that part's been really exciting, but it hasn't been without its challenges, like so many challenges, but that's a different video and we'll go over that then. But throughout it all, it's like you just have to keep going. You have to stay positive. You have to see and know that you were committed to a specific vision. So, we've had a couple of heartbreaking situations with clients this month, and people think that I'm just this walking, talking, breathing business machine. But in reality, like, I have feelings too. Like, this stuff, like, it hits hard. It drains me. And, that's just the reality of things. And when you own a business, you want to do everything perfectly for everybody. And the reality is, sometimes that won't be the case. So when you feel like you haven't been able to be perfect, which doesn't exist, it can really get you down in a way that's very hard to describe. So I have been hit, we'll go from a really, really good day to then hit with an unexpected email and then got to rebound, got to regroup, got to get everybody's morale back up and we got this. There's now more stress with the fact that, we have a legitimate office. It's not like it was before. This is a year-long contract. That was a month-to-month situation. So it was really low commitment. And I'm not afraid of commitment, but, that changes things. We are in the middle of a pandemic. A couple of details about the office have changed. So it's been stressful. And the thing that gets me through and keeps me moving is knowing that I'm committed to my vision and that moving forward is the only way that I can go. When you feel down and you feel out and you just want to kind of like curl up and drop everything, it's kind of when you have to just keep pushing harder, which can be really hard. I mean, look at me. I look like crap. It's kind of embarrassing to be doing this right now, but that's reality. Event planning is a huge part of my business, and it always has been. Last year, we planned so many awesome events, and then this year, events are dead in the water. And the 3 ways that we get clients: events, networking, referrals. We don't advertise. And I'm not saying that if we did advertise, things would drastically be so much better. I don't know if that would be the case. I'm not an advertising expert. That is not what I pretend to be. But it's just been difficult because we've had to pivot. So if we can't be out networking and we can't be throwing events, which is a great way for people to get to see your work firsthand and experience it, how can we be out there? And that's what led us to starting this YouTube channel. I never imagined that I would be the one with the camera on me. I've always been behind the scenes. I'm here to help our clients with that kind of stuff. That's where I feel the most comfortable. But a lot of this transitionary time through this pandemic has been getting over the things that make you uncomfortable, leaning into it, and just kind of getting your together, if you will. So yeah, I mean, the business is challenging, and if you want to survive, I've been here for 9 years, I'm not going anywhere. You've got to have a thick skin, and you've got to just keep moving and take all these things in stride and handle it with as much dignity and respect and calmness as you possibly can. But as a human being with emotions, this can be really, really tough to do for anybody, no matter what it is. Maybe it's not a business relationship you're struggling with. Maybe it's a personal one. It's difficult to pull yourself out, look at it from up here versus being, on the ground level with it, and really reevaluate. So yeah, I'm rambling. I apologize, but I just try and tell myself in these times when things do feel like you keep hitting road bumps, that think about the struggles that you had 2 years ago, Layla. What were they? I don't know. I can't remember that. Like, that was 2 years ago. So 2 years from now, I won't be thinking about this moment right here, right now. I won't be thinking about how I felt that day that I decided to film this video. Mind you, to put this in perspective, this is the weekend. I'm sitting in the office. I have not showered from the gym this morning. Judge me as you want. And I have just been kind of running around trying to get things organized. So I was like, you know what? I'm at the office. Nobody's going to see me except for anybody who watches this. And I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to be honest. There's no makeup. There's no hair. There's just nothing but truth of the realities of being an entrepreneur and a business owner. I take my clients' dreams and their projects so seriously. And so when things are not 150%, I take it so strongly. I don't ever want someone to be upset. I only want to see the people around me win and to make their dreams reality. Like, that's my purpose in life. So when, you're hitting those bumps and that doesn't seem to be flowing as easily as it typically does, you're just like, oh God, how do I pull myself out of it? And, I know that next week will probably be 10x better over this past week, and we're in a new month, and there's going to be, of course, new challenges that come with everything, but you have to remain committed and focused to the direction that you want to be going in. So, even when it's hard, I think that's the most important part, is when it's hard, don't go inwards, go outwards. Share your story. I think people find that refreshing. Keep working hard, stay true to your vision, and, you're going to come out on the other side of it, because as one of my old trainers at the gym used to say, this doesn't last forever. The good times don't last forever. The pain, that time on the treadmill didn't last forever. Eventually you get off, and eventually things change. So I just keep fighting for that new day and that new opportunity and that new experience, because it will come, and we aren't locked into this pandemic for the rest of our lives, even though that's kind of how it feels, because it's just like 2 weeks turns into 5 months. Like, what just happened? But we are in this together, and let's not lose sight and perspective of that. We are all humans, and, we got this. So anyways, thanks for listening to me ramble on. And I'll see you guys next time with something really way more upbeat.